Well, hello YouTube fans, how are you today? Well, thank you for tuning in today's vlog. We got a small disclaimer for you. If you are not comfortable with doing electrical work, do not do it. This is highly dangerous and it can also hurt you. You can die or you can also get electrocuted by playing around with this type of electrical equipment. Now, I have here one of my favorite GFCI outlet protector circuits I made a while back. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be testing out a switched outlet circuit to see what we can turn on and turn off by using a single pole light switch, a 15 amp light switch here. And you can see it's one of these beige style. It has the nice flat style. It goes up, down, you can click it on and off. And of course, ground screw and your two hot screws. You'll be bringing the power going in and you'll be bringing power going out to the device like a light or a outlet if you want to do that as well. And we also got a outlet that's a standard outlet right here. It has the hot side, neutral side, and also to ground. This is just your standard old reciprocal outlet. You can see I have this already pre-wired, all ready to go. You can see I have my electrical tape all the way around it. You can see I have black and I have neutral. And this is supposed to be ground, but I ran out of ground cable. You can see I decided to use a little bit of neutral. You should never use a neutral wire for grounding. Now, everything here is a 14 gauge stranded wire. That's what we're going to be using today with this outlet demonstration as well. But it's kind of okay to do some of this yourself, but again, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it. And we got just a standard flat cable here with the same thing, hot, neutral, and also ground. And that's what we're going to be using to hook everything up. We got two wire nuts, one black and one little. That's just for some more safety things. And the one thing we're going to need is one of these outlet testers. As you can see, it has your hot, neutral, and ground together. This helps to check your purity of your circuit you're working on. And we're just going to need a little bit of ground cable here for everything, and also a screwdriver. It has a metal shaft and also a rubberized and plastic handle. Do not recommend you using a metal screwdriver for this project. And lastly, GFCI outlet, again, protective circuit. If you want, you can also use a power strip to be your protective circuit as well. This is already plugged into my wall outlet. If you want to know how this all works, we'll put that there. Test the circuit. You can see the circuit is properly made and connected right. We do not have a red issue going on or nothing going on now. But let's talk about the GFCI outlet. What does a GFCI outlet is? It's a circuit interrupter. If you have a faulty switch or a faulty outlet, this will shortcut out of you doing your experiment on your job right here. Now, the reason why electrical can be quite dangerous is because not a lot of people know how to do it the correct way. I would recommend calling your professional electrician. Don't do it. Now, first of all, we're going to go ahead and push the GFCI outlet off to the side. We're not going to need that just yet. We're going to need that after we built this circuit right here. Now, we're going to put the screwdriver there. We're going to move a couple things around here. And we're going to hook up. The first thing you do is you always hook up your ground first. You now hook up the neutral or the hot lead at all to any type of a electrical experimenting you're going to be doing. Now, these screws are both Phillips and flathead as well. I'm just going to use my screwdriver, tighten it all up, make sure it's nice and tight. And you can see the one thing I hate about stranded cable is it will throw you out. Make sure you line that nice and tight. Now, notice on this switch right here, this says top, this is bottom, okay? We want to put the incoming power right here, the outgoing power over here. Now, we're going to take this, and we gotta make sure we find the correct wire is the hot side, not the neutral. You can also use the neutral cable for power as well, but you gotta make sure you mark it with black electrical tape or color it with black Sharpie alcohol to able to do that as well. Make sure you strip your cables very nicely here by using some good peel of wire strippers. Now these cables can be quite a little fiddly to get in here because you're only working with so much space behind the screw itself. And we'll just tighten this up as well. Make sure your connection is a solid connection and make sure it's not a loose connection. Please make sure it's a tight connection because you do not want to have a short or a issue going on with your circuit. Now, everything you see here, this is experimenting, and this is not really how to do this kind of stuff because it can be quite dangerous as well. Now, we're going to take this, take the Owen side of the hot, make sure it's nice and cleaned, and make sure the screw is all the way up. And of course, every wire is a little tricky to get around the screws. Now, if you want to put this in a proper enclosure box, do not use plastic. Do use a metal enclosure for all your different projects you're going to be using or doing as well. Now, I've been doing electrical for a couple years now. And by the way, I am not licensed to do this, but I only do this here at home, and I make sure I do it the correct way. Now, we're going to take the neutral, first the grounds. We're going to hook up the grounds together. And we're just going to go ahead and use the little wire nut, because the little wire nut is the biggest one for 3 pieces of stranded cable. And you can also use solid cable if you want, but I like the flex style cable because it will twist on very nicely. And you want to make sure your wires are nice and tight. You can see it's not going to come off, not going to back out. And just hook up the neutral cable. The neutral is the tone line of any electrical project or anything. It goes back to the power grid company. Now sometimes these wire nuts can be quite tricky to get on though. Just gotta make sure get on right. If you don't, just tighten it up as the best you can. Make sure it grabs it, and if it does, bada bang, you're done. There you go. Now, make sure all power is turned off before you test anything. Put the screwdriver off to the side. And now we bring into the GSI outlet to the petrol hill. Test the GSI outlet to make sure it correctly works. Turn that off. Put that in now. Take your plug, put it in here. And by the way, I am not going to shock myself because there's no power going here, but it will be power going on this side because this side does not have any electrical tape over here. Do not ever touch those with your fingers because you might get a nasty shock. Now, turn turn that on, click that on, and there you go, you have yourself a working switched outlet connected to a single switch. Now, it's a couple ways you can do this. You can make one a switch and one constantly powered on, and that would be a good idea to do that. Alright, if you are brand new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Please like, please share, peace out. Bye guys, we'll hopefully see you in the next video. Stay safe, make sure if you're going to be building something like this, call your professional electrician. Alright, later.